All right, quick pred tier list. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible because I don't want to sit here talking for 3 hours. But anyways, we'll start with Akeron, bro. Honestly, I think this character's kind of OP, but like I'll put him A tier for now. We'll see how he is in comp. He's not playable in comp yet until next patch because he's not playable first like week of PCC. But yeah, but stop making fun of me, bro. Stop making fun of me. Everybody say hi to YouTube, by the way. Say hi to YouTube. Oh, I gotta put a marker for Sam. Okay, everybody say hi to YouTube. Anyways, doing this one live on stream for once. Usually I do it privately. Anyways, Akeron, I'm gonna put him A tier. He could be S tier, he could be B tier. It's hard to say. I haven't seen him enough in comp, but I do think he's very strong. I don't know if he's ban worthy, but he's very strong. Argus, dog water pick. Actually, awful pick. This character sucks. Terrible pick. The meta is all about early game. You can't play early game because you don't have mana. Awful pick. So is comp or ranked? Like comp specifically, but like also kind of high level ranked. But ranked is obviously a little different. It's a different game. But mostly like high level comp in my opinion, or like high level ranked. But like theoretically, if you want to be the
How the
best, you should be
turbos
playing
have
like the best in my
failed.
opinion. Giga meow. Thank you for this gifted sub, bro. I appreciate it. But yeah, anyways. Argus dog water pick, absolutely awful. Aurora, I think she's strong, 3A flex pick, plays jungle mid solo, jungle mid solo, jungle solo support, good pick. Ult's fantastic, good CC, good damage, strong early game, good late game. I think she's a great pick. Very strong pick right now. Boris, he's just average. I don't think he's insane. Ranked, A tier for sure. And like comp, he's more like C tier, I think. So I'm gonna put him in B tier just because like I'll average it out. I think comp he's C tier. Ranked like A tier pick. Kind of dog shit in comp though. Like definitely not that strong in comp because you just get counter picked. You just gotta pick stuff that's like good into Boris. But he could definitely get away with being played if you are in certain comps. Countess, OP pick. Character's been OP for since 1.4, bro. This character's OP as fuck. You insta win lane in every single matchup except for like Shinbi maybe. OP pick. Pick more Countess. That character is busted. Then we have Crunch. Just good. I think Crunch is good. You just have to be a little careful where you play him and like what you pick him into. He is a great flex. I think he's very strong right now in the meta, but you do have to be careful what you pick him into. Definitely a strong pick though right now. Dekker, just a good flex. I don't think she's insane, but she does have early CC for mid, which is good, and then like her support's okay. I don't think she's insane though. I do think frontline supports are a little bit better. So right now I think she's just kind of B tier. Drongo, just a strong ADC, one of the stronger ADCs. He has a good early game, which is really important. Early game's very important right now, so I'm gonna put Drongo in A tier. I think he's very solid. Feng Mao, I think he's kind of now. They made him a lot squishier, so you can actually kill him now. I was kind of in mid lane. I probably wouldn't play her mid lane, but there are matchups that you can play her into, especially for into some of the weaker mids like Gideon. But for the most part, she's a solo laner specifically. Jungle is like an okay flex. She's okay in jungle, but I think she's best in solo because you just insta win every matchup. You pick Countess, you win solo. That's it, really. Feng Mao, kind of you can play him, but it has to be a very specific comp, and you have to be careful because if you get behind, this character feels terrible now. You can't build like full tank anymore, so like you're kind of a trade bot now for the most part. It's very hard to actually chain kills. You could definitely play him, but I don't think he's like insane. In rank 2, would probably be like B tier. If it was ranked, I'd probably put him up one, but I'm gonna keep him in C tier for now. Gadget, just a strong pick. She's just good. She has no real bad matchups, and she's just good in like every comp. She's decent early game. She's decent late game. She scales really well. Just a solid pick. Gideon, kind of I think he's pretty bad right now. I don't think you play Gideon at all. I think he's too weak. He's just too weak early game, and he doesn't scale. So it's like you pick him, and then you do nothing for the entire time. Like you do nothing early, you do nothing late. You do nothing. You're a do nothing pick. You try to ult, you can't play the game. You build alt build, you do nothing early game. Like if you go true silver first, you do nothing early. It just a weak pick. You could play it, but it's like it has to be a specific game. Greystone, I want to put this character C. I think he's pretty No CC character. You're a lane neutralizer. You neutralize the lane. You don't win the lane, but you can make the lanes be even. Jungle, I think he's kind of weak. He does have decent like seedling prio though, and his clear's like okay, but I think he's kind of weak overall. I think he's just kind of C tier. Grim, I'll put him B. He still has some of the same matchups that he struggles with, like Wraith, TB specifically. Solid early game character, scales really well, but you just got to get him out of the laning phase. I think he's kind of weak in the laning phase, but if you punish him, he's kind of sucks. Just kind of tough. I don't know. Grux, OP character. First pick, first ban, honestly. 3-bait flex, plays jungle, solo, support. Very similar to Aurora. Pretty bad. I'm putting Argus D. Argus is dog shit. The character is bad right now. Don't pick Argus. Uh, Grux OP as fuck. Plays 3 roles at the top of the level. Wins every matchup except for Countess and Solo for the most part. And Shinbi. Only 2 picks you can't play Grux into. And the Countess matchup is like 50-50. The Shinbi matchup you just hard lose. Other than that, he wins every single matchup. Very strong pick. He's a flex. Good early game. Good sustain. Ashbringer's OP. Broken item. Remove it from the game. Support is insane. He punishes all the immobile picks. So if you're playing into like Murdock, Drongo, like stuff like that, really good into it. Kind of forces the enemy ADC to play like TB or Kira specifically. Even Skylar can get pulled going up into her too very easily. So it's like a very strong pick and support as well. Howie, probably one of the only good mages. I don't think any mage is like S tier except for maybe Rena, but even then it's like all the mages are pretty bad right now, I think, in general. They're just, it's not a mage meta. It's definitely a more like jungle solo oriented meta, I think. Mages are just kind of, they just kind of exist until late game and then they do a lot of damage, but you have to get late game. Howie, S tier, or sorry, A tier, not S tier. Very strong pick, but not insane. Definitely should learn him if you're playing mid. Iggy, I think he's B tier. He's Iggy and Scorch. You clear objectives. You throw some abilities out. You do damage. It's the Iggy and Scorch. What's up, Caramel? Meow. Say hi to YouTube, big dog. That's the wheelchair man right there. Kallari, I think she's good. I think people think this character sucks. I think this character's good. Might even be A tier. I'm actually going to put her A tier. I think she's strong. Nobody plays it right now. There's very few people that play it. I think this character's strong. I think she's very good. She's strong, has great gank presence. I don't think farming is as important in this meta because you're just kind of perma-team fighting, and I think she's very good at fighting, especially early game. So I think you're chilling. Wheelchair man, no, we're doing a tier list for YouTube, so like, you know, sometimes I make fun of you in the videos, so they'll know who you are. You know what I mean? That's all. You're known, bro. You're known. What's up, Fluff? I feel like with the addition of Shaper, Iggy's better because you set up. The thing with Iggy is that the Shaper will insta-clear your minions, even the mini one. Seedling will clear your minions as well because it has an AoE attack. So you got to be a little careful with that. That's like the biggest problem with Iggy is you just have to watch out for that. But he does have good objective prio. He's just not like, he's not really like a do anything pick though. You're kind of like an pick. That's why I think he's more like B tier. I don't think you're picking Iggy because you're like Iggy's OP. You're picking Iggy because it's like, you know, the other mages don't look amazing. But he is a good pick right now. I don't think he's terrible. Khaimera, I'm going to put him B tier. He could be A tier. I think he's pretty good. He got buffed. His early game got buffed a lot, which does help. I do think he kind of sucks in solo still. If he was a little better in solo, I'd probably put him A tier. But he's kind of primarily a jungler right now. And the problem that he has is that you can't go Overlord because you need to fight, which means you can't farm. And if you can't farm, you can't stack your Overlord, and then you become a lot worse as a character. So I think you have to go like Basilisk, which I think hurts him a little bit in the early game, which is where you want to play. So I'm going to put him B tier for now. On the Kira, I think she's B tier. She's a great pick, but she's not OP. She's just like, she's the ADC you pick when you want to be safe. She's mobile. Doesn't have lane clear, which kind of limits her the most. That's why I have her B tier, I think. It's just, she has no lane clear. She has good fight, and she's strong late game, but she has no lane clear. She does do objectives really well with the Q augment, but again, you have no wave clear, so like, if you don't kill them, it's hard to pull because your team has no prio. Kwang, OP pick, S tier. He plays 3 to 4 roles at a top level. Support, solo, jungle. He can be played mid, but I don't think it's like amazing. But you could definitely play it mid, especially in the current meta. Very strong pick. Great into a lot of the picks that are played right now. He's okay in a Countess. Like early game, you do lose a little bit. Like once you get like an item, once she gets an item, you do lose the lane. But it's like okay for the first few levels, so you can actually play. He's great into a lot of the picks like Howitzer and like, you know, some of these mobile picks like Kallari and like Aurora, stuff like that. Very good into those picks. Just good. He plays 4 roles, so like it's a great flex pick, great top pick. Belica, very similar to Gideon. She just doesn't do enough. You can't really flex her support right now. I do think her ADC is not, it's like unironically maybe one of her best roles, but I think she's just kind of meh right now. I don't think she does anything crazy. Like you're never really picking Belica because you're like, I want to play Belica. You're picking Belica because it's like, I don't really have any other picks left. I think if you're picking Belica, you're struggling in mid. Morigesh, I'll put her B just because she's a flex. Not because she's insane. I don't think her mid lane is particularly good, but she is a okay solo laner, specifically into Countess. This one matchup into Countess is the only reason this character is in B tier, and it's just because you can play it in a Countess. That's it. It's the only matchup that she wins in solo, like really, really hard. Other than that, you get punished very easily. And even in that matchup, you can still lose, but it is like okay in that specific matchup, and that's why I'll put her B tier. She's just a soft flex, primarily a solo laner right now. I don't think her mid is good. But she is good specifically in a Countess, which I think is obviously if Countess is like first ban, first pick, then the direct counter is Pretty good. Only in that matchup though. Mourn S tier's character is OP as fuck. They buffed him super hard. He can move while he's casting his ult now. The hook is very good in lane now. It's a lot faster. It's much easier to hit. Very strong. Very strong pick right now. Mourn's OP as fuck playing Mourn support. Murdock, I think Murdock is probably the best ADC. I don't think he's OP, but he's definitely up there. He's like arguably top ADC. I don't know if he's the best, but he's definitely A tier. Very strong pick. Okay, let's not type that in my chat, please. Take 5 minutes. Murdock, very strong. Very good pick. Muriel, C tier. What's up, Reservoir? I think the problem with Muriel is that you lack a tank. You lack a tank, that's it. You have to have a tank somewhere else, and I don't think tanks are particularly that strong. Bruisers are kind of the meta, but she is good with picks like Grux and Kwang and stuff like that. So she's not like terrible, but you do have to have a comp around her. I don't think she's a bad pick. I just don't think she's like an amazing pick. And the biggest problem is that you just have to draft her later in the draft. But a lot of other characters are just higher priority, and a lot of them are flex picks. So like if you pick Kwang, you know, Mourn, right, like Grux, like Aurora, these are all flex picks. So you don't really want to pick your support. And then typically when you get towards the later half of the draft, you kind of just need like, you know, something that's not Muriel, unfortunately, but she's not a terrible pick. I think she's just like very situational. Narbash, C tier probably for the first time ever, honestly. Character's kind of just meh. I don't think he's insane. One of the first times Narbash has not been insane. Phase, I think she's just good. She's just solid. Nothing insane. Nothing terrible. Support, good support, backline support. Kind of the same problem as Muriel, though. You do need tanks and beef elsewhere, but she is good when played correctly. Rampage went from S tier last patch to, I think, B tier. I think he's good. 3-way flex still, but he's not as good as he once was. Probably for the same reason I think Khaimera is not like A tier, is just you can't go Overlord. Or if you do, it's very hard to play the game because you have to farm. And the meta is very fast. You want to be fighting. You want to be doing seedlings. You want to be doing objectives back to back to back. It's very hard to stack Overlord, and as a result, he falls down a little bit more because I think you have to go a different build, which hurts him a little bit. Rena, I'll put her S tier, but I think she's A tier. I don't think she's insane. Like I'm taking her after these 4 picks at the top, but she's probably like in the S tier just because she's better than other mages, not because she's actually like better than the other characters in this tier, but she's a tier above the other mages at the moment, and that's just simply because she scales better than any other mage, and her early game's not like terrible, but it's not great. She does just scale no matter what, though. Pretty much if the game hits 30 minutes, she's a problem, but first like 10-15 minutes of the game you could struggle a little bit. She does have CC to compensate a little bit, but it's still like if you get punished, if you play against a Kwang and he ganks your lane and you get put behind, you don't get to play the game, that could be really tough for you. So, like, if you play against Rena, you just have to play into it. You have to punish it early. You have to gank it early. You have to put her behind. If she's behind, she can't play the game. The other thing you have to do to Rena when you play against Rena, you have to force her to ult. You can't let her ult on her terms. You need to force her ult before the fight or force her to ult away. Force her to ult when she's half HP, and then you can kill her. If you let her team engage and then she gets to ult on top, you will lose the fight. You have to be the one that engages on her, and you have to force her to ult, and it has to be her that you go on. If you go on their support or something, she's going to ult when she wants to, and you're going to lose the fight, especially if you commit too much. Very hard character to play into if you don't know how to play correctly. Revenant, I think he's kind of a sleeper pick. I think he's A tier. A lot of people put him in like B. I think he's A tier. I think he's a sleeper. He's a kill lane character. You play CC with double C. You play a CC lane with him. It's a kill lane. You know, your support CCs, you Grux pull, you Kwang tether, you Mourn pull, whatever. Into a root, you die. Character's very strong right now. I don't know why people aren't playing it. I think he's insane. I think the biggest reason people aren't playing him is because Yin is also really good. But Revenant, very strong. Riktor, just a B tier. I don't think you can really play him jungle right now super well, but I think you can if you can get away from the early game. His like mid-late game is really good. Support, decent pick, nothing insane. If you hit the hook, you win lane. If you don't hit the hook, he sucks. That's just kind of how the character is. I don't think he's insane right now. He's just kind of solo lane. Haven't really seen him played much, but I don't think he's particularly that good. You will lose most of these matchups, except for Kwang. He does beat Kwang, which is kind of nice. So there is that. He is just he's the same pick he's always been. If you hit the hook, he's good. If you don't hit the hook, he sucks. Serath, I haven't seen her really played. I think she's actually like she could probably be A tier, honestly, in this meta. It's a very fast meta, and she likes to scrap a lot. And if she gets some resets, she can scale really hard, but I don't know if people are playing her. Like, I haven't seen really anybody play it. I feel like she could be higher. A lot of the junglers right now, like, you know, like Grux, like stuff like that, really like Sky Splitter early, and I feel like she has a good early game, but I don't know why people aren't playing it. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know. I think she's just B tier right now until I see her played more. She could definitely be higher though. I just haven't seen her played enough. I do feel like she should be strong right now though. Sevarog, kind of bad. Just a bad pick. In ranked, he's probably like B tier because you can actually play the game. In comp, you will never get to play the game. The game's too fast. I guess I'll put him in. I'll put him D. He's bad. He's bad. Don't play him. He's bad. He's bad. You can play him in ranked, and he's probably like B tier in ranked, but he is just a weak pick. The meta is very fast. He's not a fast character. You want to scale. Like, that's it. It's a fast meta. He doesn't scale. Haven't seen him win a scrim. Yeah, in comp, he's dog water. In ranked, you can play it, but in comp, you can't. I don't think it's playable. It's just too slow. The pick is too slow. It's not like the character sucks. It's the way the game is played does not lean towards the character. Character's busted, but you have to get him to a certain point in the game, and it's just not like it's not doable in the current meta. It's just not doable. The game is too fast right now. It's not playable in a scrim setting. Again, in ranked, you could probably put him B tier. Shinbi, absolutely broken pick. Insanely OP pick. Might even be the best character in the game. This character's broken. If you're not playing Shinbi, play Shinbi. She plays 3 roles and she one-shots anybody she wants to. She's unmatchable in any split push. She wins every matchup, or at least neutralizes every matchup. The only matchup she doesn't really like win is like Countess, but she neutralizes the lane because Countess can't kill you. And at a point in the game, she does outscale Countess. Insane character. Fucking remove this character from the game. I'm tired of her. I hate when she's meta. I fucking hate this character. Skylar, B tier. She's just a safe ADC, but nothing insane. I think her lane, she has lane prio, but her fight early game kind of sucks. She does scale really good, but her actual like potential to trade early is weak, even though she has lane prio, which is good. She's not bad. I don't think she's better than the other 3 ADCs, but she's arguably better. I do think she's like solid, but I can't put all of the ADCs in A tier, so I gotta put her in B tier, I think. Controller Skylar is SS tier. If you're on controller, character's the best character in the game, pick Skylar every game. Sparrow, Dogwater, I think that character sucks. Not much to say. Character sucks. Steel, A tier, insanely good support. Not really a solo laner anymore, not really a jungler, but support, he's very good. He's a very good support. He's good into all of the good supports. He's good in the Grux, he's good in the Kwang, he's good in the Mourn, he's good in the Aurora. He's good into like weird supports. He's good in the Gadget, like support. He's good in the Dekker. He's good in the Riktor. You just get the dash augment. You can't be CC'd. Insane character, very good. Terra, I think she's kind of dog water. I think she was pretty good last patch. But again, kind of like Sev, she has to scale. You need to get items. She's an item-based character. You're fighting before you get items. You can't play the game. You need like 2 or 3 items to play the game. I don't think she's the worst character in the game. Bro, you can be upset, Haldry. I'm just saying I think she sucks right now. In comp. In ranked, it's the same thing as Sev. She's probably B tier in ranked. In comp, I think she sucks. I think she's too slow. You can't play her jungle. You have to play her solo, and you don't scale fast enough. You have to play pressure. You have to play pressure, and you have to play characters that win 1vs early game, and she does not win until you get 1 item. Unfortunately, I think she's dog water in comp. In ranked, she's probably like B tier. If this was ranked, I'd probably put her B tier. She doesn't do anything into the current meta picks. Faye, very good mid laner. Same level as like Howitzer Gadget. If you're playing anything below this A tier in mid, you're trying to lose the game. If you're not playing, Howie, Gadget, Rena, Faye, you're trying to lose the game. That's it. You're trying to lose the game. There's nothing else to say, really. If you're not playing these picks, you're trying to lose. All the other mid laners suck. Stop playing them in mid. They suck. Mid feels terrible right now. I think the mid meta feels terrible. I think the role feels terrible. Mid sucks right now. Faye, pretty good character, though. Very strong in terms of, like, the average mid laner. But, like, if I was rating mid laners, like, not against their other mid laners, all the mid laners would probably go down a tier. TB, just a safe ADC. He's like the safe ADC if you're picking a safe ADC. Good at 1v, still very strong character. I don't think he's insane. Wraith, I want to put him A tier, but I think he's B tier. Again, the meta's fast. He was very good at LAN. He was like S tier, like when we were playing on LAN S tier. The meta's just fast right now. I think it's a little slow, but if you do get it out of the early game, it's probably one of the best ADCs, if not the best ADC. You do just have to get it out of the early game. That's just his biggest problem. You have to scale. So I think I have to put him down to B tier right now. Wukong, I think he's kind of eh. You kind of have to have a comp for it. Unfortunately, in solo, he loses to the mana matchups. All 3 of these picks absolutely shit on Wukong in solo. All 3 of them shit on him in jungle. I think he's okay. You can definitely play him. Augmentation getting nerfed hurts him a lot, especially early game. I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's, like, insane. You have to be You have to pick them into a specific comp, and you have to know how to play them very well. The average player does not know how to play them very well. There's maybe like 2 or 3 people that play Wukong really well in the game, and I think you just have to be. It has to be the game for it. You can't just pick it every game. Very similar to like Feng Mao actually, where it's like they're not bad picks. They're just like very very situational. Yin, OP busted pick, ban worthy. Character's insane. Uh, insane solo laner, insane jungler. You can play her ADC. Very strong pick. Very strong early game. Very, very good. Glazing Kev's Wukong. I'm not even talking about Kev. I've never even seen Kev play Wukong, to be honest. I actually haven't scrimmed Kev since he swapped to jungle, so I actually don't know. Yurei, I think she's A tier. Of the meta picks, I think she's like the next best, probably. I don't think she's S tier just because of the fact that she has like no CC, but you could argue she's S tier. You have to play him Pen now or he's useless. Yeah, I think that's just kind of how Wukong is. You have to play like that like weird Creed build where you go like fucking Psionic Echo, I think, is like the best way to play him. But he just gets blown up. It's like the same thing with like Feng Mao. Like usually if you go in, you're just trading now, which feels kind of bad. I think Malady is good. I'll have to try it with Malady on Wukong. I haven't tried that yet. I was just going the Creed build where you go like Psionic into like Earthshaker into Omen or something like that. Zarus, just good. Just a decent pick. You have Cage. You play 3 roles. You know, support jungle solo. Uh, you're just a solid pick. Nothing insane. Just a decent pick. You scale. You're okay early game. You're good late game. You ult. You punish people with no flash. I think he's just an average pick. I think his best role is solo right now. I think his jungle is like eh. I think his support is like eh. Matchup dependent. I think his solo is his best role right now though. Zinx. I think she's kind of dog water, honestly. I'm gonna put her C tier because I don't think she's as bad as these other picks, but she's pretty bad. I don't think she's insane. She's too slow. She's too slow. You need items. I'm sorry, Haldry. I know you love these picks, but she's kind of meh. Look, I put her C tier for you. I didn't put her at the bottom. I think the meta is melee support. She's not a melee support, unfortunately. I think that makes her worse. That's my opinion on the meta right now. I think this is like arguable. You could shuffle like the picks around in the tiers for sure, but I think in general, this is where I would place most picks. Boris, C tier comp, A tier and ranked. Other than that, I think this is pretty much how I feel about the meta at the moment, in my opinion. But I appreciate everybody watching the YouTube video. Everybody say bye to YouTube people. Quick. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them, or opinions, please leave them in the comment section. Also, meow, meow, meow.